How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is the post episode 14 live stream. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you're doing. We're going to start off strong, aren't we? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Whew, boy. Let's see. Just getting a few last minute things kind of squirreled away here. See, everything looks good on this end. Stream is excellent. Hiding the screen and good to go. If you're out there in the crowd, go ahead and give yourself a shout out. Let me know that you're there, because YouTube does not give me any sort of roll call or anything like that. So go ahead and say hi in the chat. Let me know that you're out there. We're just going to wait a few more minutes before we get rocking and rolling. We got quite a few things to do here in the background. Mainly, we got to make money, because we got a lot of stuff. You know, one thing I wanted to check really fast, because it just kind of dawned on me. Ooh, the chickens are starting to look a little rough. That's not good. Nope, over here. Let's see. Gonna be down quite a ways. Quite a ways. Oh, there we go. So pellets are highest in July, and that's about a $600 swing per 1,000 liters. I might hang on to those for a while. Might be worth hanging on to. $600 at the volumes that I'm looking to have by July. That's gonna add up pretty quick. But like I said, we're going to hold out maybe one more minute, see who else kind of joins us here, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. Let's see. Just check something real fast. Like I said, if you're out there in the chat, go ahead and say, go ahead and let your presence be known, because I do not know when anybody's out there, and it's always good to know that somebody's there. Like I said, hope everybody's having a fantastic day so far. Okay, let's see. Well, let's see if the dogs notice the mail ladies outside. So far, so good. They're staying quiet. Now, I am able to do the live stream right now because my daughter's asleep. So we shall be on here as long as she holds out, or like I said, she's actually getting to bed a little bit late today, a little past her normal bedtime, so she might stay down for a little while longer than what she's normally used to, but we shall see. We're not going to let her sleep too much longer beyond what she normally wakes up at, or else she won't go to sleep tonight. Let's see. It is 1:58, so let's go ahead and get... Wow, I am just stumbling all over the place today. Let's go ahead and get rocking and rolling. Oh, and it looks like the mail lady is going to walk up to the door today. Looks like she has things that didn't fit in the box. Hopefully she doesn't make a whole lot of noise and freaks out the dogs. We shall see. Oh, it's alright, bud. Oh, and now my microphone is loose for some reason. There we go. Let's tighten that down just a bit. Alright, well, for the most part, the dogs didn't notice her. The one little guy did, but thankfully he's barking, or not barking, but yipping so softly that the older one can't hear him. Alright, let's go ahead and get going. So, like I said, we have to make money, and we have so many different avenues to be able to do that with. Right now, our biggest one is going to be methane. So let's load up all the methane here at the farm and over at the biogas, sell it all off. And we're going to go ahead and also limit the weight on this tractor, because we don't need it to be so extreme anymore, because we're not moving around a bunch of logs. So we got the 35. What am I doing? What am I see? Yeah, see that weight is just so heavy. The moment you get up to speed, you have no traction, no control whatsoever. So we are definitely gonna cut this back. Oops, there we go. Customize. Let's go 1,000. That'll do just fine. And then tucked around the back. Let's grab our... Wait a minute. Where's... Where's our... Show on the map? Huh. I am so confused. Where's my pallet? I don't see the spire. I don't see the icon. Where? Really? What happened to my pallet? It's no, like I normally have it tucked away right back here, but it's not there. Last I remember seeing it was tucked away over here. Huh. I know where it's at. I know exactly where it's at. It's right here. Wow. I'm silly sometimes. Okay. Whew. Well, at least it just didn't up and run away on me. But this is almost... Wow, that's almost completely full. And this is empty. Well, let's re-examine what we have running at the moment. Alright, well, nothing in there, so might as well cut that off. We are making fabric and clothes, so that's chugging along. That's doing what we want it to do. And then we're going to use this to distribute. So, let's see. So we're going to have to buy a new pallet. We're going to have to. Okay, yeah, that is going. Alright, well, if that's the case, then I guess no time like the present. J-Meister! Hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Some reason I was completely losing my mind there for a little while, but now everything's all fine. Just misplacing pallets wherever I want to put them on the map. Ugh. But now we got to go and buy another one for kind of general use, because I've been filling them with pellets, and now that particular pellet factory is pretty much dry, I need to figure out something else. Doing good. Glad to hear it, Jay. Glad to hear it. Let's see. So we are on the mission to make money. We need to make, well, just like every farmer, need to make money. We've got $269,000 right now, and we've got tons and tons and tons of methane just kind of sitting around, waiting to be used. We've got, let's see, here on the main farm, 135,000 liters of methane. So we're going to go and pick up a pallet, bring it back to the main farm, load up, go back over to the biogas plant, and then just go from there. But the biogas plant has even more, has 192,000. So we're going to be making a fat wad of cash, a ton of cash once we get that methane sold off. And we have what, like 200,000 liters, I think it was almost full. That pallet was almost full of pellets. And we have an extra like 40,000 liters of pellets over at the carpentry there. So yeah, that's going to be a big payday. But I'm kind of thinking I'm going to hold out until June when it's at its maximum. I don't know. We'll see how it goes from there. But I do see the chat moving. I'll go ahead and check it out as soon as I get up here, because as anybody who follows my live streams and follows the channels knows, that if I start reading and driving, it never works out good. It always ends in disaster. Alright, so we've got the main shop. Might not be a bad idea to take some of the stuff back to the farm with me. So we got the fertilizer here I could take with me. Why not? So let's get another pallet. Oh, there it is. It's unreal. Perfect. And, oh, it's loading. Perfect. So let's check out what the chat's saying. We've got Luke says, hello everybody. Hey Luke, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Jay then says, how's the weather today? It is a little bit chilly right now, kind of, sort of. It's, I think, going to be in the low to mid 50s around here. So, I mean, chilly is relative to where you're at, but for Florida, that's a little bit chilly. You know, I'm sure Jody's rolling his eyes right now as I saw him further down in the chat saying, man, you don't know what cold is. 55? I'd take 55 in a heartbeat. Let's see. Luke also says, how you doing? I'm doing fantastic. Having a really good day so far. Jody says, hey there, buddy. Hey there, Jody. How you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Jay also says, hey, Luke and Jody. Jody says, hey, Jay. Michael, how's it going? Good evening from Ireland. Michael, well, good afternoon from Florida. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. And hey, from Ireland, that's where this map's based off of. So hey, that's really sweet. Let's see. Jody says 30 degrees. Oh my goodness. Yeah. See, I'm not gonna complain about my 50s when everybody else in the country's when everyone else in the country is literally freezing. You know me, buddy. I would take 55. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think everybody would take 55 over 30s. Oof, that is, yeah. That's a wee bit brutal. Let's see. Oh yeah, see. Jay says it's 23. Wow, wow. Yeah, that's pretty cold. Yeah, again, I'll definitely take my 50s. I mean, I ended up going out today. I was in shorts and a long sleeve jacket. Or not even a long sleeve jacket. It's just like a little hoodie. But still, shorts. I mean, it's Florida cold. But from what I understand, it's actually going to be getting really cold here in the next couple of days. It's supposed to be like lows in the 30s. Might kind of emphasizing be below freezing. Which you talk to anybody, especially anybody who's been in Florida for a long time, they'll tell you, oh my goodness, it's like the apocalypse to them. Like the world is going to end because it got below 32. Oh, it's rather pitiful, you know, especially because I hear everybody say it. Everybody. It's like, man, you don't know what cold is. Quit complaining. It's like the moment it gets below like 50s, like everybody around here starts losing their mind. Nothing to do with like the weather, like, oh, it snowed, or oh, it's, you know, it's slush and hail and all this freaking nonsense. No. It gets below 55 and people just start losing it. And it's like, oh, come on now. I don't get it, but I guess I don't have to. But like I said, being from Michigan, I mean, I remember what cold is. Like I think it was on the last stream I mentioned the coldest I ever experienced was negative 80 degrees growing up, and it was brutal, absolutely brutal. But I was a kid at that time, so one of those where it was. I went outside and played. I went outside and played in it for a while, so it wasn't like a huge deal to me. Now I was bundled up in like 15 bajillion different layers, and like I looked like Randy from the Christmas Story. He laid there like a slug. It was his only defense. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Start filling methane. Pow! Let's get some methane. All right, let me catch up with what everyone's saying so far. Let's see. Michael says, how you doing today, Michael? I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. Having a really good day. Jody says, good day. Luke says, hi from Iowa. Well, why did I almost say Iowa? Ohio. Wow, brain is... And 10 degrees. Wow, Luke, you're in the lead right now, bud. You are in the lead. Jody says, what do you guys get done on the farm? Well, we've got to pick up a whole bunch of methane. We're going to be selling a whole bunch of stuff, and we have to work on the field across the street. I think I'm going to be putting down some lime and just kind of getting that part of the field prep out of the way. I can't plant anything until March. Like I said, I believe on this particular map, I can plant wheat and barley in March, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, wheat, barley, canola, and oats can all be planted in March. So that's what I'm going to shoot for, is I'm going to plant in that kind of window. I think I'm going to go with barley. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with barley and kind of go from there. Or I could do... All right, I'm gonna think this through. I gotta think about this, because what am I gonna use this product for? Oh, you know what? That's it. I have to do wheat or barley because of I want the straw and I want the feed for the chickens, because the chickens are really just horking through some product. I mean, we can see I bought, I think it was like 25,000 liters. Now I've got 2,000 chickens. Thankfully, I'm at my limit at this point, but I have nothing left. I've gone through almost over 15,000 liters of product so far, and they're just going through it just month after month. They're chugging through. We've got over 300 sheep now. Still got the 10 cows, but they're getting ready to reproduce here in a few months. And we got the one horse, and we got to go through the riding of that one. Let me continue to catch up and see what everybody's saying. We've got Jody. Nope. Eli. Hey, how's it going? Eli, I am glad that you are on here. So please resend me your contact information for Xbox. I went to look through the stream from the last time you sent it to me, but for some reason the comments were not available for me to review. So it wasn't that I was ignoring you or wasn't like brushing you off or anything like that. I wanted to do it, just for some reason. I don't know what happened, but still the comments are just not available, so I just couldn't find it. So if you could resend it to me, I'd appreciate it. Let's see. Jody says, be nice, you can make a snowman. And oh, that would be cool. I know they have the little mods and stuff that you can download and actually just put a snowman down. Like it's part of like the Christmas pack and all that stuff, but like to actually build one. So I actually hopped onto a stream on Farmer Klein's channel. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday or the day before. And I asked him what he thought would be some cool features for the upcoming FS25 or whatever iteration they end up calling it. And one thing that he said that I thought was amazing, an absolutely amazing idea. I was really blown away when I heard it. But to have the kind of dynamic buildings that we've got from Giants for like the roller coaster, like the boats, like the pianos in Zelonka. So that, like, we saw it in Silver Run with the boats and the roller coaster. We saw it in Zelonka for the pianos. use that, but have that strictly for buildings and animal pens and all that stuff. So if you wanted to put down a barn or something, well, in order to build a barn, you need X amount of planks, you need X amount of metal, you need X amount of all this stuff, and then be able to build from that list, and then over time it gets built up, you know, after you bring it all the required materials. I was sitting there thinking, it's like, oh man, that would be an amazing addition to the game. Like, how cool would that be? Like, you would literally build your farm, not just kind of, you know, copy and paste it all together kind of thing from the build menu, but literally build your farm. I thought that was really a cool idea. Now, it's one of those, like, you could kind of end around at and kind of go with the system that we have now, where you can just place the buildings and it's done kind of thing. So I could see modders being able to use that with you know, some buildings being just placeable and others being buildable kind of thing. And I'm like, man, that's a great idea. That would be really cool. And then it could be, you know, put onto factories. It could be put onto, like, pretty much anything in the game that you would build. Like, that would be a really cool kind of addition to the game. And again, you could have two different versions, one that's placeable, one that's buildable. So if you excuse me, so if you didn't want to deal with it, you don't have to, kind of thing. I thought that was sweet. I'm like, wow, that was an amazing idea from Farmer Klein. All right, so let's sell this off, and I'll catch up with the chat and see what everybody's saying. There we go. We've got Eli says, oh wow, also I'm at 9 degrees. Wow, 9 degrees. All right, Eli's in the lead. Jody, how is turn my season calendar off? So you go under the menu here, under the it is game settings, and I believe you can turn off seasonal growth. You can, you know, change that to either paused or off, and then you can also fix the visual months if you want, so you can have it like set to a specific day or specific month of the year kind of thing, so you can turn it off in that way. Let's see. Luke says, yeah, that's cold. Cavalier Roy, how's it going? Evening, bud. How's it going, Roy? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So Eli, I will Monday. I'm at my grandparents' house right now. Gotcha. But the username is eBay7183. Excellent. I will go ahead and make sure that I add that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take a picture of it right now so I don't, you know, depend on the chat, because that's what burned me the last time. Let's see. Take a picture of that right now. There we go. Perfect. And that way I have it for when we're off the stream. Let's see. Bring the camera back up. And $206,000. Wait a minute. Where's my... Where is... Wait a minute. No. What? Oh no, I built a new field and it's... Oh no. I built this field, and because I haven't done anything to it yet, I haven't taken the surveys for it. Oh no. Oh, wow. So it's at 22%. Oh, that's a bummer. That's an absolute disaster right there. I missed out on so much money. Oh, no. All right, let me catch up with the chat and we'll go. All right. Jody says, hi, Cavalier Roy. Cavalier says, hey, Jody. Jay says, hey. Jody says, Cavalier, you made some of the best maps. I 100% agree. Roy says, what's with the patches of snow on the roads? You know what, bud? I have no idea. No idea whatsoever. I noticed that when I was playing on it earlier, where some of the bits of the road were covered, others weren't. But yeah, you can see, like, Just little strips. No idea why. I don't know if it makes a difference to you or not, but I am on an Xbox, so I'm on console. So, yeah, no clue. No clue whatsoever. Let's see. We've got Roy says, "Thank you, Jody. Much appreciated and happy you've been enjoying them." Jody says, "I appreciate all the hard work you put into your maps, Cavalier." And a big heart to Jody. Roy also says, "All good here. Thanks, BDD. Hope all is good on your end." Absolutely. Doing really good. Pipe and Paul. Hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Paul says, "Modder Shell and map makers don't get enough appreciation for all their hard work." Absolutely. 100%. That's actually kind of brings me into something I was going to talk about here in a little while, but ended up doing a couple of map tours and map updates yesterday. And one of the maps in particular I wanted to kind of talk about really quickly. So the map Simple Midwest, I ended up giving that map like a 1.5 on my 0 to 5 scale. I was not really impressed, but I wanted to make sure that I did say it here. I started talking about and kind of trailed off, but I want to make sure I emphasize that even though I may give a map maker a lower score or anything like that, it is never my intent to do that with any malice or any ill will or contempt for the map maker. Any map maker, any modder that's out there that hears this, I greatly appreciate every single one of you, regardless of how I feel about the map. It is only intended to be constructive criticism, and it is meant to be coming from a place of good faith kind of thing. So some of the issues that I had with the map yesterday, for those who haven't seen the map tour, is that it just felt barren. It felt empty. And a lot of the areas that were built up, like the town in the southwest corner, some of the not placeable areas, but some of the places where the factories were built up, it was just a flat chunk of land with the factory on it. So it just felt empty. It felt cartoony, like just things were just kind of bloop, there it is kind of thing. The color palette seemed very uninspiring, very kind of full of colors, lots of flowers all over the place that just made it feel unrealistic. And like I said, it was just all those kind of things that when in totality just really kind of sucked me out of the map. And again, I don't talk about all those negative things to be mean or to be, hurtful towards the map makers. I know, I get it, that the map makers out there, they work on these things sometimes for, days, months, years. I get it. It is a labor of love, regardless of how I feel about it. So I don't want anybody out there to think that just because I say something negative about it means that, it's like that I don't appreciate that it's out there. I greatly appreciate every single mod and map, regardless of how I personally feel about it, because the map makers, the modders, are going so far out of their way to bring us the ability to play a game at no cost to us and no benefit to them other than the joy and the feeling of being able to see and experience others playing on something that they built. As far as I'm aware, there's no compensation for map makers or anything like that. Map makers, modders, anything like that. So it's one of those, they're doing it out of a labor of love. So I, again, 100% am extremely grateful, regardless of how I feel about a map. I wanted to make sure that I thoroughly emphasize that, because I did see some comments out there, not, saying anything about what I was saying, but just I don't want to say like a defense of, but it just kind of, hey, this would make a good starter map or things like that. And I don't want people to think that I'm just being mean to be mean or critical or harsh or anything like that. I want to make sure that my words are taken as constructive, not as, a barb or a jab kind of thing. Because I don't know the map maker, I've never talked to them before, so I just want to make sure that if this message, if my words get back to them, that they know that, hey, this is nothing personal, nothing against them, it's simply my opinion kind of thing. And that's it. And that's it. So let me catch up with what everybody's saying. Pipe and Paul says, modders, oops. Cavalier says, I went to the Giants event at the NEC and got to meet a lot of the streamers, content creators, and a lot of the players. It was an amazing day. Oh, now see, that's something that I would really love to be able to do one day. You know, maybe if this channel keeps growing, keeps doing as well as it is, maybe one day that that can happen. But it's kind of a hope and a dream at the moment. We'll see. We'll see how things go. Jody says we need to appreciate it. A lot of hard work goes. Yes, absolutely. I love maps and get a lot of detail. Yes, 100%. Like I said, it's regardless of how I feel about a map, regardless of how I feel about it, it's just an opinion and is intended to just provide feedback kind of thing, regardless of positive or negative kind of thing. And I'm sure that most people would understand that, but I want to make sure that it's not taken as a sign of me trying to be disrespectful, trying to do it as respectfully as I possibly can kind of thing. So long story short, yeah, think we're good. And now we got an environmental score. Not as much as I was hoping, but that is so brutal. I didn't even realize after I created this that it kicked in the environmental score. Oh my goodness, that stinks. That really stinks. And that really stings too. That was a lot of money. Had we not built that field and sold off all that product first, we would have made a ton more money. Probably closer to 900,000 if we didn't build that field. But you know what? It is what it is. It's not the end of the world. Because we had an environmental score. It was almost up to like 80 or 90. I think we had like near 8 or 10% additional bonus. Now we're at like 2%. So that's a pretty big drop for that volume of inventory. But we're up to over $750,000, so we're doing all right. We're doing okay. But yeah, now we need to go back to the farm, and we're going to go ahead and start liming that whole field, because we ripped out all the trees. We've got that field in place now. We stone picked. We can kind of get it to the point where we can kind of really start working on and getting it up and running before March whoa, easy there. Before March rolls around, so that way we can plant, fertilize, just kind of go at it all at once. I don't think my seeder fertilizes and seeds at the same time, so it's not the end. Whoa, easy. Not the end of the world if we have to go through multiple. Farmer Mick Gaming, hey, how's it going? Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. So one of those that, like I said, we're going to get as much done in the winter time as we possibly can, as much as is allowed. But you can see that field in the background, just how much it opened up that whole section of the map right there. All those trees that got removed, just that is a sight of beauty right there. And that's going to provide so much wheat and or barley. Like I said, it's one of those two. I'm boiling it down to one of those two because they're going to provide straw and they can provide food for the chickens and a long-term source of food. So I'm not going to have to worry, going forward about running out anytime soon. We also need to, let's see, silage 0. Yeah, so we need to come in here and add some more silage. We don't have to, so we've got 700,000 liters of actual food in the barn itself. So not the end of the world. We got tons of manure too. How much? 54,000? Yeah. More than likely, we're going to be taking just a lot of product back and forth. You know what? That's something else we could do theoretically as well, is lay down some manure or some slurry there on that field too, because it's going to take a lot more. Luke, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Looks like we may have finally figured out what was going on with that subscribe bug with Streamlabs. I don't know what was happening, but for some reason, actually, we want to turn this around so we don't accidentally load into it. And then ask Cavalier Roy stupid questions like, "Hey, when did you put a silo in here?" I don't know if you remember that, Roy, but I still feel stupid over that one. So let's tuck this away back here. Oh, left the rear window wide open. Okay, so let's grab, we'll not grab the big boy, we'll grab the second to big one. And then where did I park? Oh, there it is. Right here we've got, oops, also helps when you actually back up to it properly. There you go, now we're cooking. Now let's top this off. Let's see, how much product do we have in here? We're probably going to need to buy more, but that's okay. Let me catch up with the chat and see what everybody's saying, and we'll keep going from there. So we've got Jody. Nope. David, hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day. David says, like you said, all criticism is good criticism if you're using constructive and not getting upset. You can't make everybody happy, unfortunately. And hi to everyone, and hi BDD. How's it going, David? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. And that's 100% true. Like I said, I just want to make sure that I emphasize and clarify that any time that I say anything negative about a mod, a map, anything like that, that is not intended to be, you know, from a place of ill will. It is simply to be constructive and to voice my opinion, and just go from there. And like I said, there has been plenty of times like Cavalier Roy here, where I've been in contact with the map makers and stuff like that, and have been able to say, hey, you know, this is what's going on. This is, you know, something that I have not an issue with, but could be something that worked out. Actually, as a matter of fact, there was the map maker, oh, and his name slips my mind, but it was on the Yarra Australia map. Really, really nice guy. Spoke with him several times, and I had mentioned how going in and out of, it was either the carpentry or someplace around there, was very difficult because there was a fencing all the way around it. And he ended up going through and actually adjusting the fencing around there in a later update kind of thing. So it's one of those, that's what it's intended for. It's like, hey, if this thing is mentioned, it's an opportunity to, you know, make it better kind of thing. So yeah, that's basically the aspect and the reason why I will say what I say. You know, like I said, not to be mean, not to have a place of ill will, but just as a means of, you know, hopefully providing feedback kind of thing. Wow, we are just chugging through the lime. This is going to be a lot of product we're going to put down. We'll see how much we get through going just one full ring around this whole field. I mean, this is not a small field. I mean, not a small field whatsoever. Let's see, and I'll take a look at the chat here in just a second. Once we get through our kind of first ring around, I'll be able to take a look and set the worker. But yeah, look at, I mean, this is a huge field. I think this may be the largest field. It's certainly going to be close. Because, yeah, that's going to be close. Does it tell me acreage? 8.9 acres? Or hectares, I mean. 8.9. Oh, I can't click on a... Oh, I can like that. There we go. So that was 5 point something. 5 point... Yeah, so it looks like that's the biggest field on the map by at least 3 hectares, give or take. There we go. Let's swing on by. Oops. Let's not miss a whole bunch on the edge there. Oops. Okay, so now I think once I get this kind of outer band all filled in, I can probably go from there to be able to set the worker off. Just one quick trip around. So yeah, we did just in one pass. Oh, wow, almost 59% of all the product. That's, wow, that's a lot of product that we're going to go through. Oops, let's, how about we straighten out just a bit? Ay, ay, ay. What am I doing? Okay, there we go. Now let's catch up with the chat and see what everybody's saying. So we've got... Where was I? I think it was Cavalier Roy last said, I always say, don't make a map, just make... don't make a map, just make one. Make it for you to play on. That's why that way is much more nicer to play and enjoy, and you would put more work into making sure it's perfect. Yes, that 100% good way to approach it, because you know, if you're making something that's more for you and less for others, then you're always going to be happy with it, and then you can kind of go from there, kind of thing. Like I said, I've always enjoyed your maps, Roy. Like especially this one. This one's really, really nice. We're gonna, you know, sing your praises about this one, and really just all your maps in general. Really do like it. Let's see. We got Father Mick. Are the fields giant? This one is giant. This field I made. This was an entire forestry area right here. Normally the fields are just kind of, you can kind of see these are all pre-built fields that Roy had put in. This one is one of my own creation, and it looks like it's probably larger than the largest field by maybe about 3 hectares. What about this one? This one is, no, 4.8. So yeah, there's this whole forestry area up in the upper northeast corner there, and that one is kind of you know, pretty massive all by itself. But yeah, it looks like we've got the largest field right now. So hey, go us! Look at us go. Let's see. Roy says, I do remember that. Yeah, so like I said, I still feel a little foolish over that. JD says, hi, JD, how you doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. Let's see. David says, that's why I love your new update map tour videos. Can't find no one else that does it. Had love hearing about the new stuff on the update. Well, thank you, David. I appreciate it. Oh, sorry, I just looked up at the screen and saw that I'm just driving in the middle of nowhere. But no, he's just getting ready for the next pass. That's fine. Um, yeah, I mean, as far as I'm aware, I'm either the only or one of a very few amount of YouTubers who will actually do map updates. Um, and it was that kind of motivated me to do it because I didn't see a whole lot of people going in depth into the updates. And there are times, I'll tell you what really sparked me to do it, what really kind of motivated me to dive into it, one, like I said, is because I didn't see a ton of people doing it. But there was a map that I played on a long time ago. It was my first series ever doing on YouTube. It was on the map Lands of La Mancha. And the very first iteration, and the one I did the series on, was a very empty, bare bones, like, version of that map. But now, if you go on that map, if you look at some of my old content from that series, to compare that to the map that is now available to us, the maps look entirely different. Like, entirely different. And I got to thinking, it's like, man, there's some of these updates that just completely revolutionized the entirety of the map. Like, a good example is when Roy put out all the updates for, like, this map here, Maypole Farm, and just all the other ones, all the other maps that he did a very similar update to a lot of the different maps. And it did things like it changed all the silos from multi-fruit to not being multi-fruit, incorporated a bunch of different sell points, switched around I mean, just tons and tons of stuff. And it got me to thinking, it's like, man, a lot of these map makers, they put in a lot of love into the map itself. But then you got those map makers who will sit there and put in tons of love into making sure that the iterations beyond the base version is building towards quote unquote perfection kind of thing. And it's one of those that if all we're ever going to do is focus on that first time when the map drops, I mean, people might not know what the map's going to look like afterwards. They might only see the tour, the original kind of tour of the map, and be like, meh, they'll write it off. But if you were to go into Lands of La Mancha now, it's an entirely different map and one that I highly, highly recommend. I recommended it when it first came out. I thought it was that good, even with it kind of stripped down, bare bones, basic kind of thing. But now I really, really like that map, and makes me kind of sad that I missed out on being able to play it in its latest form, kind of thing. Because in my opinion, it was that much of a change and that huge of a difference. I really think that they did a great job on that map, and changed it. Made a bunch of changes for the better. So that's what kind of drove me to start doing those map updates. It's like, man, it's like these map makers, like I said, they do so much for us, so much for the community to build something that is awesome, and then all of a sudden just, it's just like after the first one, it just kind of dies, just goes away kind of thing. So I want to make sure that they, continue to receive the respect and love that they deserve, going forward with their updates. They deserve it. They absolutely deserve it. Let's see. Roy says, exactly, constructive criticism goes a long way, and modders really on that. Um, Things like this map is bad, doesn't help anyone. 100%. 100%. And that's why I try to say more than just, well, I don't like it. I try and say something, that's more constructive than that, and I'll give specific points kind of thing. There may be times where I'm like, there's something about it I don't particularly like, but then I'll kind of, I'll make sure that I say that, because there's just because I can't articulate it at that moment doesn't alleviate that feeling that you get, kind of thing. I hope that makes sense. Let's see. Jackland clearing and excavation. Oh, all right, dude, you are gone. Alright, sorry everybody about that. I just saw that all that stuff there that is definitely not acceptable kind of talk, especially coming in right off the bat like that. That's never acceptable talk. Jack, you're in timeout right now. You can't make any more comments. You know, please clean it up. I'll take you out of timeout. Um, but right now, not cool, dude. And if that continues after the timeout, then you'll just be kicked out permanently. Not going to deal with that. See, David says it doesn't, and people have to remember modders spend hours at their computer and away from their family just to improve a game we all love. That they should always get our respect. 100%. JD says, "What does Super Chat not let me go over $500 scam?" Uh, I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't let you do that. Maybe it's I don't know, maybe it's to prevent YouTube from having to pay additional things, or I honestly no idea, no clue why it would do that. But I don't set that stuff. Let's see. Eli says, "I'll be right back." All right, Eli. Hope to see you again soon. JD says, "I was trying to spend random people money." Well, I mean, should definitely spend your own money, not random people's money. but but no, to answer your question, like I said, that's not not something within my realm of control. So, what am I hearing? Oh, it's sorry, it's somebody passing by on a motorcycle. I was wondering, it's like, huh. All right, we're gonna clean these up real quick, and then oh, here, we'll get this little splotch here too, because that's gonna be a little chunk. There we go. And then we'll get back to work. And boop. All right, perfect. So yeah, it's one of those yeah, the modders and map makers, like I said, they deserve so much respect. I mean, just plain and simple. One, they are doing something that the vast majority of us can't do. Just can't do. You know, we don't have the skills to be able to do it, kind of thing. And that's why I always say is I don't have the skills. Ducky, how's it going? Hope you're having a great day so far. Appreciate you subbing to the channel. Let's see. JD says, "Can I join you on the server?" So I'm not actually on a server right at the moment. This is just a single player map, but I do appreciate it. I will be hopefully one day setting up a way to be able to do multiplayer and all that stuff. But I tend not to do multiplayer servers because I'm on such a random timetable as to when I can and can't hop on and do stuff. Being a husband and a father, I only get certain amount of times throughout the day to be able to do this stuff. And I'm actually only on at the moment because I'm here by myself with my daughter and she's sleeping right now. So it's just one of those where, you know, we're just kind of hanging out and doing our own thing. But no, like I said, modders and map makers, they put in. I was talking to I think Roy mentioned something similar to this, and correct me if I'm wrong, Roy, but this map in particular took you close to a year. I think Silver Eagle was telling me about his map that he made, and that took him almost a year and a half from start to finish. Like, these things are not just something that you can sit down at your computer and hammer out in the span of a day. kind of thing. This is something where it takes, days, months, years of time and dedication to do. And again, we get this stuff for free. We don't get, or we don't have to pay for these updates, for these maps and mods and all this stuff. We just pay for the base game and any DLC that we want from Giants, kind of thing. But all the mods, all the maps are free. They're free to us, and it's awesome that we have that as an avenue of availability, kind of thing. So it's really cool that we get these modders and mapper makers who will put in this kind of level of time, energy, and detail because kind of thing. So like I said, they deserve all the respect in the world because they're doing something vast majority of us can't do, and we get to take part in their labor, in their creation for nothing. So, like I said, as far as I'm aware, map makers, modders, they don't get paid for doing this stuff. From what I've heard, there's possible avenues of compensation, but it's a very high bar, and I could be 100% wrong about that as well. I've heard it as a possibility, but not a certainty, so that might even be 100% wrong. So it's one of those where it would be nice to know that those map makers and modders are compensated in some way outside of, hey, this is something that I really like to do and something I want to, share with everybody. It would be cool to see that. But at the same time, I don't know if too many people would then turn around and be willing to, spend extra money every time a map maker puts something out. I don't know. It's one of those, like, there may be certain map makers who built up such a good reputation that people will be like, you know what, I'd be willing to drop, X amount for this map or X amount for this mod kind of thing. Maybe. But, I mean, the selfish part of me also says, I kind of like this model a little better. But, again, that's the selfish part of me. Let's see. We have, Roy says, when I was working on my last map for FS22, I spent around 8 to 12 hours per day, almost every day working on the map for 8 months. Wow. Roy, you are a machine. Holy cow. 8 to 12 hours per day, almost every day for 8 months. Roy. Okay, you know what? Number one, everybody, tip your cap, give him a round of applause. Just, again, I'm going to sit here and sing every single map maker's praise. Map maker, modder, every single one of you. But Roy, holy cow, dude. Holy cow, that's insane. All for something that you love. And like I said, that's awesome. Thank you. You know what? One more. Thank you, Roy. Because it gives me the opportunity to come on here and play an awesome map. It gives everybody else the opportunity to play on awesome maps. And again, even if it's a map that, I or somebody else doesn't necessarily like, kind of thing, it's still out there for others who may like it. And that's awesome. That is just absolutely awesome. So again, thank you, Roy. Thank you, Silver Eagle. Thank you, every single map maker out there. Thank you. David says, ha ha ha, when you said the only reason you on now, I thought because his kid's asleep, and then you said the only time I got computer time was when kids asleep. Parent life. That is exactly it. And don't get me wrong, it's not that I would, want to be playing with my daughters awake. I love being a parent, and I love, being able to hang out with her and spend time with her, and doing all that stuff. And we've got another one on the way, so I'm really looking forward to when she's around, and going to be able to raise her, and do all that. Like, I love doing the parent life, you know, and that's why I only get certain times to be able to stream, to be able to, create content, kind of thing. Like yesterday, perfect example, talking about parent life. Um, we had my brother-in-law come in from out of town. He's actually he's in the Navy at the moment, and he's stationed overseas. So this is the first time that we've seen him in over a year. Um, and we were sitting there just kind of, chatting throughout the night, and it was getting to be about, I don't know, about 10:30, and that's when I, was like, okay, well, he's wanting to shuffle off to bed because he's still, on overseas time and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'm going to go ahead and hop on and start doing my recordings and all that stuff. And he's like, well, dude, it's like 10 o'clock. Well, what time are you going to stay up till? And it's like, well, honestly, I've got 2 tours and 2 updates to do. So probably, I'll probably finish recording them about 1:30, and maybe finish editing them and putting them, up on the internet maybe around 2 2 to 3 o'clock, somewhere around there. So I'm thinking probably the latest I'll go to bed is about 3 o'clock in the morning. And he's like, holy crap, dude. He's like, how do you do that? And I'm like, well, one, because I love what I'm doing. I love being able to make the content. Um, but I'm also not going to sacrifice spending time with the family. So, I'll sleep until my daughter wakes up. I'll wake up, when she gets up or shortly thereafter. And if my wife's home, and, kind of go from there. And it's just one of those, you do what you got to do, kind of thing. And that's kind of the boat I'm in right now. So, like I said, I greatly appreciate, JD, the ask for you to want to join and to help out on the server. I greatly do appreciate it. And maybe one day, if, like I said, if the channel keeps growing and keeps getting bigger and bigger, maybe one day we can get to that point where we are on a more dedicated, time frame, to where we can actually start scheduling things out and making it to where, others can join and be on a reliable schedule. But right now, it's just not feasible. Like right now, we're doing a stream that could end at any second if my daughter starts waking up, kind of thing. So I don't necessarily want to have have a stream where we also have people who are, on here with me, and then I have to kick everybody off because I have to jump off, kind of thing. So let's see. Let's fill up the lime. Keep back in. There we go. Oh, hey, probably need some more lime. There we go. Let's get another, I don't know. Yeah, why not? There we go. Let's see. We've got, where was I? David says, Kevin Leroy, that you will always get my respect. You modders are amazing and very talented. I wouldn't have a clue on where to start, and it would take time and effort. 100%. Roy says, at least 8 hours per day every day for 8 months is over 1,900 hours in total. Roy, you beast. You absolute beast. Holy smokes, man. This is crazy. And to think you probably spent some similar amount of time on the other maps that you created. You're just, telling us the numbers for the last map you made. But you've made, what, like 3 or 4 different maps? Let's see, there's this one, there's, was it Riverview Farm? I said you've got at least 3 or 4 different maps. So if you spent even a small percentage of the amount of time that you spent on those maps, and that's just building the map, that's not any subsequent updates, that's not like, at least I assume that it's not any of the updates or anything like that. So it's one of those like, holy smokes, dude, that's crazy. That's an insane amount of time for just a labor of love. Again, thank you, Roy. That's crazy. Let's see. Roy says, thank you, David. We really appreciate seeing and hearing how much fun people have had playing with our... Whoa, holy smokes. Playing with our mods on our maps. It's what keeps us wanting to keep giving. And thanks, BDD. No problem. Pipe and Paul says, Roy, I appreciate your dedication. I just downloaded Maypole Farm. Looking forward to playing on the map. Oh, Paul, you're going to love it. I have a sneaking suspicion you're going to love it. If you cannot tell all the glory that is in front of your screen right now. Let's see. We've got, Roy also says, oh, nice, Pipe and Paul. I hope you enjoy the map. And it ticks most boxes for you. Yes, yes. Jalen, hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Uh-oh. I don't know if you all can hear that in the background, but that is the peanut starting to wake up. Let's see. I'm going to quickly read the rest of this and then going to tend to her. So Jalen, hope you're having a fantastic day. He says, what's up to Cavalier Roy? Cavalier says, what's up, Jalen? Jalen says, nice to meet you. Cavalier says, nice to meet you as well. Let's see. Pipe and Paul says, I think I will, Cavalier Roy. A nice UK-style map with the addition of some custom productions, 100%. Roy says, I've been working on the map since the editor was made available for 2 years solid. Wow. Eli with the, looks like salute hands, I believe. Roy says, and that's just for the game. I've been making maps since FS11. Wow. FS11. That's crazy, Roy. That's awesome, though. Paul says, thanks, BDD, for reminding me that this is a great map. I've been looking for a new map to play on. Well, you are very welcome. Eli with some more salutes. And Roy says, Pipe and Paul, awesome. It's that case, in that case, have fun and hope you have many hours of enjoyment. I tell you what, let's see. Yeah, she might fall back asleep. We shall see. Right now, I am working on, let's see, 129 hours on this map alone. Like, we put in some good amount of time on this map. So, and I know that for some people, that's child's play. 129, that's nothing. You know, I'm sure there's people out there, it's like, I got 1,000 hours on one map. You can, come on. Those are rookie numbers. Got to pump those numbers up. But still, I mean, to think, I mean, 129 hours on one map, on one game, that's pretty impressive. Let's see. Roy says, nice, we put over 500 hours on non-stop testing and dedicated server for this map alone. Wow, Roy. That's crazy, dude. That is insane. But, I thought she might have been falling back asleep, but... Oh, wait. I've got her up on the baby monitor, so... She keeps putting her head back down and flopping, and it's... she's only been asleep for an hour and a half, so that really shocks me that she's already up. Crazy dedication, 100%. Again, thank you, Roy. Thank you to every single map maker and modder out there, because, you know, this isn't easy. This stuff is not easy. I mean, you have to... Roy has said several times that he builds maps that he personally would like, you know, which would obviously entail to maps that other people would like. If one person's going to like it, likely there's somebody in the world of farming simulators going to like it too, kind of stuff. But, you know, to be able to not only, you know, make something that you like, but to take something that I would classify this as actual art, like an actual work of art. You know, it takes an eye, it takes a talent to be able to do something like this, to make something from nothing. yeah, I mean, this is fantastic. This is awesome, and like I said, every single map maker deserves, a significant amount of respect. And like I said, going back to what I was saying before, even for something that I don't personally care for, or a map I don't personally like, for whatever reason, they will still and forever have my respect for putting it out there, for because not only are they building us something for free, but they're also putting themselves out there. So I don't want them to think that I don't want them to have that kind of welcoming area to be able to put out that content, because who knows, the first time around, you know that might have been their first map, it might have been just kind of their first stab at everything, kind of thing. So I don't want them to think that, oh well, this person you know said that my map, he didn't like it, so I'm not going to do anything beyond this, kind of thing. They're going to lose that passion and lose that drive to be able to come back and either make improvements or anything like that. And I don't want that. I want them to come back, and I want them to listen to what it is I'm saying, or listen to what others may say, and be like, okay, I hear what y'all are saying. Let me try and step it up, or let me try and incorporate some of those things, if they want to, kind of thing. Just because BDD says, oh man, I didn't like this or I didn't like that, for all I know, or for all I care, he might say, you know what, go pound sand, kind of thing. He may have done that for a reason, or I shouldn't say he, because I don't know who they are. They may have done that for a reason, and they might have it like that specifically, kind of thing. I'm not in their head, kind of thing. So they might tell me, just, hey, you know what, this is the way I made it, this is the way I like it, and I don't care. And that's respectful too. I respect that. Like I said, I'm not the arbiter of all that's good and that should be, you know, done, kind of thing, in the world of Farming Simulator. I'm just some guy with a channel, kind of thing. So let's see, Billy just subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate it. Let's see. I am going to. Let's see. Yeah, she might have fallen back asleep. So let's keep our fingers crossed for right now, because she should still sleep for at least another 30 to 40 minutes at minimum. Let's see. So, Roy says, there's no bigger critic than the person who made the mod or map themselves. I picked many times at my own work. I knocked by the testers for consistently changing things. You know what? That is 100%. I could see that you are your own worst critic. I know I'm the same exact way in the things that I do. Whenever I'm building some kind of furniture or something like that, I will sit there and always constantly critique what it is that I'm working on. So I 100% understand that. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to jump off. She is definitely starting to wake up, so I'm going to go ahead and finish reading these, and then we're going to go ahead and take off. But again, I want to thank everybody for hopping on today. Oh, real quick, I need to give a shout out to my tier 2s. Mark K, thank you very much for being a tier 2 channel member. I greatly appreciate you. If you are interested in becoming a channel member, go ahead and take a look at the link in the description below, or check out the join button on the main channel page. You can sign up for one of 2 different tiers, one of them at 99 cents a month, and gives you access to things such as custom emojis, custom badges, and early access to edited content such as the channel shorts and the Let's Play series. You also, for the for the tier 2s, you get exactly what you just heard here. You get a shout out every single live stream that I do. You'll get your name read off as part of the tier 2 channel members. Greatly appreciate everybody for showing up today. I greatly appreciate everybody who subscribed. I greatly appreciate everybody out there, regardless of your of what you are associated to this channel. I thank you all so very, very much. But like I said, I do have to skedaddle because she is up and is in her crib and looking for mommy and daddy. So I hope everybody has a fantastic night, and I hope that you all enjoyed this. I might be back on later on tonight. We'll see how things kind of work out. I hope everybody has a fantastic day, and I hope everybody has enjoyed this. If you did, please show them by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. That shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day, evening, night, wherever you're on the world. Take care.